Alright everyone, my third Thanksgiving Q&A video is up, and here are the questions. AgenticemanRS asks, favorite creepypasta now? Either Lost Silver or Haunted Majora's Mask. Next Let's Play? I don't know, I haven't given up on them, but I don't have as much motivation since not a lot of people watch them, with the exception of a few parts of my Fire Red Let's Play which have around 2,000 views. But that's about it, every other has like less than 300 views. I guess my next one will probably be on Heart Gold or Soul Silver. I just have to wait until they release that thing that lets you play 3DS games on the Wii U, if it's real. Do you have a Wii U? Yes, I do. I'll tell you what games I've played later. Why? I don't know if this is a joke question, but I don't know what to say here. If you mean why do you have a Wii U, it's because of all the fun games I want to get for it. Anonmus asks, how did you get your username? I've answered this before, from Meta Knight, and the second comes from the fact that this is my second account, since I got locked out of my old account 3.5 years ago. BassinClank85 asks, who's your favorite Sonic character? None other than the Blue Glur himself, Sonic. What is worse, seeing Slenderman at your door or school? Seeing Slenderman at my door because I at least have some fun at school, but yeah. Thoughts on creepypastas? I think they're very entertaining to watch. The only one I didn't like was the Bulbapod creepypasta. I mean, that was just a dream, so it doesn't count. Also, the name Bulbapod, I know that was just a dream, but it's so hard to take seriously with a stupid name like that. The only thing scary about it is its eyes. Favorite game that was not in your top 50? Can it be a game that came out after I made my video? If so, then I'd probably have to say Black and White 2. Though my opinion might change over time. If it has to have been out at the time I made the list, probably Sonic Adventure. Beekermaroo asked, I feel like I asked this too many times, but who's your favorite and least favorite Koopling? I don't know. My favorite is probably Ludwig, and my least favorite would probably be Roy. Would you consider doing a Let's Play on Partners in Time? I would love to. Problem is, I don't have a DS capture device. Though I did hear that they might be coming out with a new thing that lets you play 3DS games using your Wii U. But even still, I might have to replace some of the music because some of the boss themes might be copyrighted. So I'll probably have to replace the boss themes again like I did in my Superstar Saga Let's Play. Who's your favorite baby Pokemon? I don't know, probably Togepi. I love how cute Misty's Togepi is in the anime, and I love Togepi's final evolution, Togekiss. Is there any Pokemon you want to have a Mega Evolution? Oh yes! I see that Blaziken got a Mega Evolution. Why not Sceptile and Swampert? That's not fair to Trico and Mudkip fans. And if they don't give them Mega Evolutions, then if they make the RSE remakes, Blaziken fans will have the upper hand. I also really think that Azumarill and Wigglytuff should get Mega Evolutions because of how useless they are. Farfetch'd also really needs one. What's your favorite stage in Mario Kart Super Circuit? Probably Ribbon Road. It's so unique in terms of design. Though Sunset Wilds is also a really cool stage. I mean, how did they manage to pull off the sunset like that in a game with limitations like this? Blazethemoviefan asks, have you played Pokemon X and Y? Okay, since X and Y are very recent, a lot of people are asking me this, so I'll only answer it once. I really enjoy the new Pokemon, as well as the new Mega Evolutions. I mean, they made some Pokemon even more awesome, and now Alakazam is redeemed. Though it does have some flaws, but I'll cover them later. Chongo asked me on Skype, have you read books? Yes, I have. Prowler10 asks, what do you think of the new generation consoles like the Xbox One, PS4, and 2DS? I doubt I'll ever get an Xbox One, but I will get a PS4 for Kingdom Hearts 3. And I see why they made the 2DS because some people get seizures from the 3D effects. But I already have a 3DS, so I don't need the 2DS. Darkkuroptera, also known as D1, the only powerful and mighty card fighter known as CJ, asked me, are you interested in playing card games? Well, I am interested in using cards to play Rummy, War, King's Corners, and other card games. Why do you represent yourself with Meta Knight? I don't know why, I just think he's awesome. Favorite type of bubblegum? I actually don't really chew gum. Least favorite class in school? History. Ever heard of Card Fight Vanguard? I don't recall. If you were to win $1 million, what would you do with it? I would spend it on a bunch of video games I really want, and I'd even buy myself a trip to Disney World. What's your favorite show from the 1990s? While SpongeBob didn't come out until the very late 1990s, if it counts, then I'll choose that. If not, then the Pokemon anime. If you were able to get your dream job, what dream job would you want? I seriously don't know. What's your favorite animal? Mythical ones count. Dogs are definitely my favorite animal. Are you more of a science guy or a spiritual guy? Well, I love science, but I'm also a Christian. If you could go anywhere on the planet, where would you move to and why? I don't know. Wherever in my country is safer from natural disasters, I guess, though I'd still miss my friends. Dasher Wolf 2U asks, who is your favorite video game character of all time? I don't know, probably Samus Aran. When did you get started in video games? It goes back to probably 2000, where I saw my sister playing the PlayStation at our house. Did you play Friends when you were younger? Yes, and I still do occasionally. Of all the video game consoles you own, which is your most favorite? Probably the Wii U. Demonslayerdarkna asks, what are your thoughts on Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon? While the original was good, Dark Moon was much better. It had a bigger level variety, it actually scared me at some parts, and the credits theme wasn't completely overused by the Countdown community. Well, not yet. What's your favorite boss from Dark Moon? I don't know, probably the clock boss. What's your favorite mansion in Dark Moon? I'd say probably the Secret Mine. Are you getting any of the Operation Rainfall games? No, but I've heard they were the ones that made Xenoblade, and I better warn you right now about theory spoilers. Turn back if you don't want to hear them. Okay, I currently have no plans of getting the game, but I heard Chugga Conroy was doing a big project, and some theorize that it'll be Xenoblade. He's usually the one who gets me interested in certain games, and I enjoy all of his Let's Plays, even games I don't like such as Pokemon Coliseum, so maybe he'll inspire me to get the game. What are your thoughts on gay rights and marriage? I don't find it that bad, as long as gay people don't try to force me to marry them, or as long as people don't rub it in my face that they're gay. Do you think of Roshitsu every night? I used to respect her a lot until she kinda lost my interest, which I will explain later in a later question. Which genre do you prefer? FPS or sandbox? I bet you know I'm not interested in either, so you just want to know which one I like more. I'd probably say sandbox. So I have played a few FPS games, but the only ones I've played are the Metroid Prime games. Are you getting PlayStation All-Stars? Probably. What are your thoughts on Rayman Origins? I've seen the cutscenes and they look really weird, but the gameplay looks decent. Is Aegislash your favorite Generation 6 Pokemon? No, I just picked it to suit Halloween, since I used an Aegislash on my team. So I could have used Gourgeist in my avatar since it's more fitting. My actual favorite Generation 6 Pokemon, I will reveal a few times in this video. So Aegislash is my favorite ghost Pokemon of the generation. What are your thoughts on Armomantisi? It looks kinda cool, but I don't have it since I've played X, so I got Swirlix instead. What's your favorite Mega Man game? It's a tie between 2 and X. Are you getting X3? I already have it and it's a decent game. What's your favorite Maverick? I don't know, there are some cool ones. I do like the Flame Mammoth for some reason. What's your favorite indie game? I haven't played any, sorry. Are you going to play Yu-Gi-Oh! And Cardfight Vanguard? Sadly, I don't think so. What's your favorite JRPG? Final Fantasy II for the PSP. Once again, did you steal my Infernal Train? I'm sorry to ruin the joke, but I don't know how to answer it since I haven't seen where the reference comes from. Did you steal my Phantom Train and Demon Train? Refer to the answer to the last question. Do you hate Youngblood? Well, I think that it's stupid commentary logic where people have to go by stupid rules of commentating, and I understand that he gives criticism, but there's a difference between giving criticism and thinking that you're better than everyone else. He really needs to understand that. I know commentators that are better than him because if they make flaws, they actually admit to them. Dmktenn asks, do you like China? Well, I haven't actually been there, but I have had Chinese food, and I have visited some Chinese-related areas in video games, as well as seeing some movies that took place in China, such as Mulan and Kung Fu Panda, and I loved all of them. Do you like World Wrestling Education? I actually haven't seen it. DynaKirby63 asks, is Avalugg best table? Well, as long as you don't mind cold tables, okay. What might your favorite Gen 6 Pokemon be? Okay, I might sound like a jerk for picking the legendary, but I have to pick Xerneas. What might be your least favorite Gen 6 Pokemon? Probably Klefki. It's not a horrible Pokemon, but its design is just... seriously? And I thought the designs could be even less creative than Voltorb. Also, its stats are average, but its move pool is mediocre at best. Is it my fault you cancelled your audition collab? Just asking. Okay, my video might take a long while, and maybe even longer now that Kirby 3DS has been announced. I gave myself another chance, but no one's responded with the re-auditions yet. I don't want to kick anyone out of the audition because that would be rude. Jamiefodonnell asks, want a dancing turkey? Okay. Scariest Pokemon in terms of Pokédex entry? Chandelure, hands down. If you were to bathe in any drink or sauce, what would it be and why? I don't know, probably barbecue sauce. I don't know for sure, I just picked the first one that came to mind. Scariest moment you've seen that's not from a video game? Probably the movie that comes before the Tower of Terror ride at Disney World. Funniest moment in any Let's Play? I can't pick one in certain, but it would have to be either from Chugga Conway or Lucagen. Joshua8428 asks, what are your thoughts on the following games? Batman Arkham City, Armored Edition, New Super Mario Bros. U, Lego City Undercover, and Nintendo Land. The only one of the four I've played is New Super Mario Bros. U, and while some people hate it, I'll admit at least it has more differences than New Super Mario Bros. 2, and definitely more than New Super Luigi U. Note, I don't have anything against Luigi, I just think that New Super Luigi U should have been much more different. Though I am thinking of getting Nintendo Land. Kaitos106 on Skype asked, do you agree that Mario is an insane psychopath? Now, he told me he's referring to the game theory videos from Matthew Patrick 13. I don't really watch his videos, so I can't say for sure. Kiriyawave asks, do you hate it when people bring up the stalking incident even to this day? Well, some people do keep annoying me about the incident, but I still like to sometimes go back and laugh at myself because of how stupid I was coming off. Is Gourgeist adorable? I guess so. You said in your last commentary that Gyarados should be a dragon type because Lance used him in his team. So by that logic, shouldn't all Pokemon he uses in Pokemon Stadium be dragon types? Okay, Wave, you kind of misinterpreted the point. I wasn't saying Gyarados, Charizard, and Aerodactyl have to be dragon types. I was saying you weren't wrong, but the person you were commentating on felt that way. Understand? Thoughts on Mega Man X5? I haven't played it. I've only played the first three. The first one was awesome, and the second and third were just decent. Well, I have seen your Let's Play on Mega Man X5, and I can see why you don't like it. Kyongivesyoufacepalm asks, will you be going to Danny's funeral? Now, for those of you who don't know, Kyongivesyoufacepalm just recently found out about the drama between me and Roshitsu that happened 2 years ago. Well, I used to think that Roshitsu was awesome, but now I kinda lost interest in her because she hasn't uploaded anything in a year and a half. I can see that she is busy, but I've seen a few people ask her what happened, and she didn't even respond to them. Lordnitrodeath asks, why does the Countdown community have the same generic tastes in games? Nintendo, Sonic, Square Enix, etc. Okay, seriously, people, you guys need to understand we can play whatever games we want. If you want the Countdown Maker with different games, check out LZerocooldown. Why are you afraid to expand your taste in games? Again, we can play whatever games we want. Well, I have started playing new franchises such as Shantae and Earthbound, but I've only played one game in their series. Ever heard of a game called Lost Planet? Well, I think I've heard of Let's Plays of it. What do you think of Razorfist? Well, I have heard small rumors of him, but I haven't actually watched his videos. What games do you think are brought up way too often like they should be? I hate to jump on a bandwagon, but I'd probably have to say games like Halo, Call of Duty, etc. I don't mind the people who like them, I just think they're brought up too much. LZerocooldown asked me on Skype, if you could mix Sora from Kingdom Hearts with any character, who would you pick and why? By mix, do you mean like morph together with another character? Because if you do, then probably Link. Man with One Arm and Two Guns asked, what do you think of the Call of Duty series? Sorry, but I don't really find a reason to play them. MeltingBird234 asks, what are your thoughts on Scream Fortress 2013 and PF2? I haven't played the Team Fortress games. Mr. Casual Player 2 asks, what's your favorite movie? Toy Story 3. What's your favorite video game console you own? Probably the Wii U. Have you played PC games? Not acting like a fanboy, just giving an honest gaming question. Well, I have played Minecraft, but only the demo version. If you own a Wii U, then what games do you really like since you bought them? Well, outside of the Virtual Console, which I played Earthbound on, I've only played New Super Mario Bros. U and Pikmin 3. And I think they're both really great games. And I am getting 3D World, but I won't play 3D World until I beat Link Between Worlds. MSkull01 asks, what are your thoughts on the government shutdown? Well, I think the government is completely stupid for not listening to anyone, but it does stink that some famous landmarks are being temporarily shut down. Mr. Kylo2 asks, what's your favorite video game? That would have to be Super Mario Galaxy, for now. What's your favorite food? Pasta. Quartrguy asks, do you have a favorite and least favorite Generation 6 Pokemon? I answered this in DynaKirby63's question and I'll answer it again. My favorite is probably Xerneas and my least favorite is probably Klefki. Rapidsausage asks, if you could develop a game with any company or developer of your choosing, who would it be? I'd have to say Rare, so I can convince them to make another Banjo-Kazooie game and work with Nintendo to make it. I mean, come on, I bet a lot of people will agree with me on this one. We've been promised a Banjo 3 ever since, like, 2000. Okay, granted, I didn't even play Banjo Tooie until, like, 2012, but even still. Why is Metanet your favorite video game character? Well, he's not my absolute favorite, but I still think he's awesome. I don't know why, I just find him to be awesome. What is your absolute favorite Sonic game? Sonic Adventure. What's your opinion on the NES? It has a lot of outdated games like the original Castlevania, but it still has some great games like Mega Man 2 and the original Zelda. Do you have a favorite TV show if you watch TV? SpongeBob. I like it, even the new episodes, though there are still a lot of bad modern episodes, though a lot of them still rock. Why do you think that people still make countdown videos? Because they want to entertain themselves and the viewers. Your favorite Zelda game from the 2D era? I hate to go with the most cliched choice, but Link to the Past. If Nintendo was bought by Microsoft, how would you feel on the matter? Don't get me worried about that. What's your least favorite video game genre? Probably first person, though I do like the Metroid Prime series. I hate to ask this, but what's your opinion on Banjo-Kazooie Nuts and Bolts? I haven't played it because, 1, people keep saying it's bad, and 2, because I don't even own an Xbox 360. Have you ever gone to a convention? I don't think I have. What's your take on the Metal Gear Solid series? Haven't played them. Have you played Persona? No, and I don't plan on it. Do you know any languages other than English? I know some words in other languages, but not a lot. Do you like MOBA games? I doubt I've even played any. Retrobensan asks, what's your favorite NES game? It would have to be the original Zelda. What's your favorite Arnold Schwarzenegger? I seriously don't know. What's your favorite Sega Genesis game? Sonic the Hedgehog 3. What's your favorite PS1 game? Toy Story 2 for the PS1. Sorceryberhog on Skype asks, are you excited for the 2 new Sonic games, Sonic Lost World and Mario and Sonic at the 2014 Olympic Games? I'm pretty excited for Lost World, because I normally like to get games in order of release date, and I haven't played Sonic Generations yet, but after I play that, then I'll eventually get Sonic Lost World. Now, some say Lost World is a Mario Galaxy ripoff. By that logic, Mario Galaxy must be a ripoff of the Iron Boots climbing magnetic walls in Twilight Princess, and that must be a ripoff of F-Zero GX, which is a ripoff of Mad Space from Sonic Adventure 2, which must be a ripoff of F-Zero X. Anyways, as for the 2014 Olympic Games, I would like to get it, as well as other Mario and Sonic Olympic games, but I'm too busy with other games. Do you have a PS3? If so, do you have a PSN account? No. What was your childhood memories? Well, I did grow up with Pokemon, Disney, Mario, and certain other stuff. Have you watched Sprite videos before? Yes, I watched Sprite videos from Chief Shadow 1750, Brawl Fan 1, Realm Wars 2nd, etc. Though I'm not very big on Maple Story Sprite animations. Susan Lucario Fan 16 asks, what's your favorite video game? Again, Super Mario Galaxy for now. Favorite Pokemon? Kyogre. Favorite shiny Pokemon? I don't know, but I do remember the first shiny Pokemon I ever caught, not counting the red Gyarados, would have to be that shiny Grimer that I found in Pokemon Gold, Silver, and Crystal. Favorite legendary Pokemon? Kyogre. Tails Doll's Minion asked me on Skype, since Disney owns Star Wars, what do you think of Star Wars in Kingdom Hearts 3? I think it would be really cool. Most hated character in all of media? Without a doubt, Princess from Planet Sheen. She gives everything in the entire universe a terrible name for reasons you'd probably know if you saw in the cartoon. She really needs to die. Top 5 best and worst SpongeBob episodes? My top 5 best is not in any particular order, but here it is. Karate Star, The Great Patty Caper, Christmas Who, It's a SpongeBob Christmas, and Truth or Square. My top 5 worst, on the other hand, I do have an order for, and I might make a worst SpongeBob episodes list in the future if I get permission, so this will contain spoilers from that list. My number 5 worst episode would be That's No Lady, number 4 is Cephalopod Lodge, number 3 is Sponge Kano, number 2 is A Pal for Gary, and number 1 is Clash of Triton. What's the worst song you've ever heard? I really don't know. There are a lot of songs I've heard that are just really stupid. Theduckmanrises asks, what is your opinion on the commentary community as of right now? Well, I do think it's redeemed itself. Well, almost. Thanks to people like Master TP10 and Scarlet Otaku. But there are still a lot of jerks who keep making up stupid rules where you can't commentate on people who have already been talked about a lot. I mean, forget about the fact you don't have to watch the video. Forget the fact that you might actually bring up some new points. It's because they've been done a lot. Do you know how stupid that sounds? Also, I hate how people say even if a video is only a month old, then that automatically makes it outdated. Even ShadSelfSun11 hates these rules because of how rare commentary material is for people. Have you played any of the Final Fantasy games? Yes. I've played Final Fantasy 1 for the NES, and it was good. I've played Final Fantasy 2 for the PSP, and it was awesome. Though I still regret putting it as number 1 game of 2012, which should have been Black and White too. I've also played Final Fantasy 3 on the DS, and, well, you'll find out what I think about it if you've seen my games I played in 2012 list. Twistedganondorf asks, what's the best list you've ever made? I don't know. I do like my top 5 Pokemon generations, games I played in 2012, and my saddest music list. I seriously don't know what my best list is. What's the worst list you've ever made? I'd have to say top 10 other worst video game cliches. It's a list I made about 2 years ago where I addressed cliches that weren't addressed in either Peanut 3423 or Sonic the Hedgehog 17's lists. I was complaining about stuff that's supposed to be challenging, like airborne enemies. What was I thinking? I still get irritated by losing progress whenever you get game over, but even still, I literally deleted it a day after I uploaded it. For those of you who have seen it before I deleted it, then I feel pretty bad for you. What's your opinion on Eco? I haven't played it. I have played the prequel Shadow of the Colossus, but I didn't really like it. What character would you like most for Super Smash Bros. 4? I'd have to say Sora from Kingdom Hearts. But if you're saying someone who actually has a chance, I'd have to say the Hoenn trainer. They really need to put more emphasis on Hoenn. I mean, Brawl only did that with music and Pokeballs, as well as the boss Rayquaza and a few moves, and that was about it. Transformers Fanco 328 asks, do you have any thoughts on the Metal Gear Rising Revengeance? I haven't played the Metal Gear games, but people say they're really good. What's your favorite Pokemon of the new Kalos editions? Again, probably Xerneas. What's your favorite Mega Evolution? I'd probably have to say Mega Gyarados. I mean, as if the original Gyarados didn't look awesome enough. And while it could have been a Water Dragon type, at least it being Water Dark makes much more sense than it being Water Flying, unlike normal Gyarados. Have you used the fish chaining method, as in continuously fishing in one spot without missing a bite to obtain any shinies in the game? I'm not one of those people who keeps searching in certain areas until I find a shiny Pokemon, because they only appear when you least expect them, and I don't like to get my hopes up. Without low expectations, I probably wouldn't even have a green Grimer, a yellow Dustox, a turquoise Swallow, a yellow Azumarill, a darker skinned Sunkern, and a green Pelipper. William McBride asks, can you do a top 10 list of creepy urban myths and legends and a list of game and non-gaming creepypastas for one of your videos someday? For some reason, I might find it to be really hard to put together, but there's at least some chance I might do it sometime in my life, but don't count on it. YashichiDSF asks, what are your thoughts on speedrunning? I enjoy them, but I doubt I'd be any good at them myself, because even if I can easily do the speedrunning tricks, one mess up and my speedrun is pretty much over. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video, and everyone, have a happy Thanksgiving.